Hi, I'm Rishi.
And I'm Akshat.
Welcome to Emergency English. This is a show where we teach you English.
Over the course of this show, we'll be talking about stuff like questions, adjectives, possession, flags, and pictures.
Let's get right into it.
It's time for
Emergency English!
Today we are going to teach you guys how to ask and answer questions. A question is any sentence that asks something. You can tell a sentence is a question when it contains a question mark like this. In the Spanish language, you have an upside down question mark at the beginning of the sentence along with the question mark at the end. However, in English, we do not have this, and we only have a question mark at the end of the sentence. However, this question mark at the end of the sentence is necessary for it to be a question. There is a change in tone when you go from a statement to a question. For example, this is a potato versus, is this a potato? In this example, when I was calling it a potato, I said this is a potato. It's a statement. But when I ask, is this a potato? I am asking for confirmation whether it is or not a potato. That's why it's a question. This can also be done with auxiliary words such as to do, to be able to.
Other than swapping the first words of a sentence, there's also another way to ask a question. There are 6 main words that are used to pose a question. They are what, where, when, how, why, and who. Let's take a look at what each of these words are used for. What is used to ask information about something? For example, what is a potato? Where is used to ask for the position or the location of something. For example, where is my potato? Or, where is the potato shop? When is used to ask at which time. For example, when will the potato finish cooking? Who is used to ask which person did something or what a person is. For example, who ate my potato? Or who is Pablo? Why is used to ask the reason or cause of something. For example, why did my potato explode? How is used to ask in what way something is or the condition of something or someone. For example, how is Pablo? Or how does a potato grow?
There are a few other types of questions that I'll touch upon briefly. Disjunctive or tag questions are questions that you tag along at the end of a statement. For example, that is a potato, isn't it? Another type of question is a choice question. Like the name suggests, a choice question gives you 2 or more options to choose from. Like, do you want a potato or a tomato? Another type of question is a negative question. In this, you ask for confirmation about something. For example, didn't you see a potato today? Or aren't potatoes awesome?
It's important to be able to distinguish between questions and statements. As we've mentioned, questions always have a question mark on the end, so that's an easy way to identify a question. Statements will generally have a period or a full stop at the end. If you ever see one of these, an exclamation mark, then you'll know that the sentence is indicating strong emotion or anger.
There are many basic formats that you can use to answer a question. The simplest way to answer a question is with a yes or no. This will apply to simple yes or no questions like, do you like potatoes? You can answer this with yes, but you can also answer this question with, I do like potatoes. It is important to remember to answer with the correct pronouns as well. If someone asks, do they like potatoes? Even if you really like potatoes, you cannot say I like potatoes because that's the incorrect pronoun. You can also combine these by answering with, yes, I do like potatoes.
When it comes to answering questions with question words, you need to be more specific with your answers. For instance, when someone asks you, where is the potato? You would answer, the potato is in the fridge. You're giving the location in your answer. This is pretty straightforward for what, where, when, who. But when you're answering questions with why or how, then it's a bit more complicated. When someone asks how to do something, then you have to describe how. You can't just answer in one sentence. For example, how do I cook a potato? Here, you describe the steps, like first peel the potato, then boil the potato. On the other hand, if they ask how something or someone is, for example, how are you? Then a simple I'm good will suffice. When why is asked, then you need to explain the reasoning rather than describe. You generally do this by using the word because. One might ask, why do you like potatoes? I would answer, I like potatoes because they are yummy. Of course, your reasoning for liking potatoes might be different.
Sometimes you might want to preface that an answer is your opinion. You would do this by saying, I think. For example, I think potatoes are good. In this, you can fill in what you think that the answer is. This format also shows that you're not 100% sure about your answer. If you are asked a choice question that gives you a few options, you should pick one of the options or specify that you would not like to pick either. For example, if you were asked if you want to eat pizza or burgers, you could answer, I want to eat pizza. You could also say, I don't want to eat pizza or burgers. If you were asked if you want to go to the cinema or to the park, you could answer, I would like to go to the cinema. If the question asks for confirmation, like, that movie was really good, wasn't it? You could answer either, yes it was, or no it wasn't.
That concludes this episode of the basics of asking and answering questions. Our next video will be about adjectives, adverbs, and describing things. So if you need any help with that, feel free to drop by.
Thanks for watching Emergency English, and we'll see you next time.